Hey guys, this is FPLTIPS and welcome back to another deadline stream. Let me know if you guys can hear me and my voice is better now. Hi Karthik, hi Saurav, hi Varun. I have no idea about Marshall. We'll check that because Marshall is something some people are considering. Is the audio fine now? I think I was not speaking at the mic directly. Let me know Varun if the audio is fine. Should be okay now. Okay, we'll dive into the questions first and then news. Don't know. At this moment, there is no news apparently, or there will not be any news. But let's see. Hopefully, we will get news eventually. Okay, there will be news, I think. Yes, there will be news. It's probably the moment. We will have news at 15 minutes before the deadline. So, about 17 minutes. Make sure you have your moves ready to be made. Just keep them in case you want to make a transfer. So I have a move which is Alvarez to Haaland, and this is how I'm keeping it. So I replace Alvarez to Haaland, and I'll keep it this way. I don't know if you guys can see it on the screen. Just keep it ready like this, and just be ready for the confirm button. Don't wait for anything else. Okay. So this is what you have to do. I've kept it open. I'm not doing anything else. Okay. Till then, we'll take up the questions. There you go. Wait, the team is moving a bit. Yep, there. I think yeah. Foden playing or not? We'll get news. So all city questions in about 15 minutes. I think that's what we're aiming at. And literally brace yourself, guys. Okay, we had Karthik Rao's question first, so we'll answer that. Dallo and Firmino, Wilson to Shaw and Marshall, Robertson, Alvarez, depending on team use. It depends on team use, obviously, but transfer out Dallo to Shaw or White. I think those are the two moves I would recommend. 4 minute to Wilson. Don't do 4 minute to Marshall. Don't do Wilson. I think if Alvarez starts, then Dallo to Robertson and 4 minute to Alvarez. I think that's a good move. Baljeet sent Mitrovic to Solanke, Wilson to Nunes, or Mitrovic to Marshall and Foden to Kulusevski. I think if Foden is starting, don't touch him. Even I was very tempted to touch Foden. Very likely also because of the tactical reason that I think Foden will play very wide this game week. Might not be involved at all, but just the fact that Brentford are very weak. So you have to take your chances, and this probably will be the lottery ticket. So don't touch Foden if he's starting. Mitrovic to Solanke and Wilson to Nunes seem totally fine to me. Uh, the third option, Mitrovic to Nunes and Foden to Rashford, is fine. But again, if Foden is playing, I wouldn't touch it. Drupad sent in a super chat saying Ward, Cancelo, Trippier, Cody, Saka, Rashford, Kevin De Bruyne, Mount, and Andreas Wilson and Haaland. That's a great team. If there is any change I would do is probably Cody out uh, as a priority. Otherwise, it's all fine. Andreas to Bailey is an option. Mount to Kulusevski as a punt is also an option. But on a priority, I think Cody out to someone. If you can get and afford Jesus or a Martinelli, that could be an option as well. Play Edward. If you have an alternative, play the alternative. Don't really bank on Edward. He could start, he could miss out as well. Andreas to Rashford or Alvarez to Firmino Jesus. Andreas to Rashford, that's a better move. Mitrovic to Marshall, I would take a chance. There's someone in the chat who mentioned that Marshall was not spotted with the team outside the hotel. So I don't have any news on it. Well, it's a bit of a iffy call, but I think he still manages to play about 30 minutes. I'm not really relying on that news. Bowen replacement, go Rashford if you can. Foden if you want to, and I think Saka or Kulusevski are good differentials for this week and good punts. Ronaldo out, Alvarez in for a -4. Only if Alvarez is starting. Wait for that news. I think Kane is a better option if you can go there. I have Gomez and Doherty, both are not starting. Should I buy Perisic or Ben White? Ben White. Perisic will be back to his left wing back. I don't see a clean sheet against Leeds, so it's not really a very huge potential player, so don't go there. He can obviously score, but again, the potential isn't high, and long term, again, you want Perisic out. Zaha to Kulusevski, 1 week punt. I would take it. I would honestly take it. If it's for free, yes. If it's for a hit, don't do that. Goye or Perisic or Robertson. Robertson. I think Trent and Robertson are good high upside picks if you can afford them this game week. Is it good time to wildcard or after the World Cup? Essentially, you should take a wildcard. You should have taken it already. If you haven't taken it this week, use it as a free hit, and then yeah, that's about it. Who should I captain? I have Haaland, Salah, and Alvarez. Haaland. If there's news, he's starting. Haaland is the guy. Start Pope or Ward. So I have the similar situation. I'm going with Trippier in the 11 and Ward for the goalkeeping asset. I think save points is a big thing there, and I think he can keep a clean sheet. What is your plan for Doherty in your team? He's not starting. I think I'll take the one pointer. I'll or maybe if I make a switch, I'll go White. That's the only plan I have. White or Estupinian. Estupinian is just a punt, but most likely White. And I would recommend you going White as well if you're removing him. Bailey or Edward Bailey. Jesus to Marshall, I wouldn't do that. Will Ronaldo play? Unlikely. He's still not fit enough. I think he's not trained with the team, and I don't think I don't see in any scenario he'll try to risk himself before the World Cup. So don't go there. Start Pope or Ward. Again, Ward. Whom to bench from Saka, Martinelli, Rashford, Kevin De Bruyne, Almiron? None of them, guys. None of them. Honestly, the least. There's nobody benching. There's no benching material out of them. Probably one of your forwards. Sagar sent in a super chat. Mitrovic replacement. Should I move Doherty for White for a hit? No money in the bank. Pope, Iverson, Cancelo, Trippier, Doherty, Neko, Dunk, Salah, De Bruyne, Martinelli, Andreas, Almiron, Haaland, Edward, and Mitrovic. I think you can replace Mitrovic to Solanke or Marshall. I think Marshall preferred over Solanke for me. Though that's the move. And for a hit, I don't think you need a hit. Cancel Trippier and play Neko or Dunk. I think that's a totally fine back 3-4 if you want to. You Salah, Kevin De Bruyne, Martinelli, and Almiron in the midfield 3. And if you want to make it midfield 4, Andreas in there as well. So I think you don't need a hit for your Doherty out. Haaland or this guy, Alvarez, Haaland. Okay, is there a sound issue, guys? Let me know if there's a sound issue. I will try to increase. Just a second. There shouldn't be a sound issue. Let me know if there is a sound issue. Is there a sound issue still? Let me know if there's a sound issue continuing now as well. Varun, let me know. I've tried to increase the sound if it's fine or not. Yeah, GG. Perfect. Prajwal Sahu sent in a super chat saying, should I go Salah cap differential for my mini league? Everyone else is captaining Haaland. I think stick to Haaland. So if you have Salah as a differential, don't need to captain him, honestly. If you want to take the chance, you can, but it's too risky. I think probably pick up players like Kulusevski or maybe a Kane or a Marshall this game who can hold double digit and reduce the gap between the league leader and you. Will Marshall start? Have absolutely no clue about it. No news will come in as well. Mitrovic to Jesus and start Andreas. I think Mitrovic to Jesus. Will Marshall start again? No idea. Almiron to Foden. I would take the move. I would actually not do the move. If it's for free, I would prefer Saka over Foden if I had to buy someone. Mount replacement suggestions: Rashford top replacement, otherwise Saka and Kulusevski 3. So Rashford, Saka, and Kulusevski would be my 1, 2, 3 in terms of replacement. Okay, Aditya, you said please answer Salah, Darwin, Solanke for Mitrovic, Kane, Foden for a -4 with 2 free transfers. I wouldn't remove Kane. So it's an iffy zone. You want to trust Liverpool, you can go there. I wouldn't be comfortable removing Kane, but still for a -4, the moves in isolation are really good, giving the -4. Start Guehi or Dyer. If Haaland doesn't start, captain Salah, Kane, or Alvarez. If Haaland doesn't start, I am looking at a Kane or a Salah captaincy. So if you Alvarez doesn't start, you can probably look at Salah captaincy if you don't have Kane. Although, just to note that Salah hasn't scored against Southampton since 2020. So it's the last 4 or 3 matches he hasn't scored against them. This is what I remember explicitly reading somewhere. Alvarez or Marshall. If Haaland is out, I would look at Marshall as an option, not Alvarez, to be honest. I have no idea with what moves I'll make in case Haaland misses out. So I have Alvarez, so that stays in my team. I can probably use the money to Doherty to a Trent upgrade. Captaincy becomes a bit tricky out there, but I think that would be the only issue I have in my team. Will Haaland start? Looks like I'm very confident that he does start. Let's see how it goes. Wilson to Nunes for a -4. I would do it. I would take a chance on Nunes with a -4. Play Alvarez or get someone else. If he's not starting, don't play him. I don't think he'll get a lot of minutes. There won't be any new Wilson news. What I can make out of the situation is he had COVID and he's back now. He did not have an injury, so there's no pertinent reason that he should be left out for precaution or anything. It was just illness, and he's back. He's been training with the team for the last 2 days. I think he should be fine. Mellon has sent in his team saying Pope, Ward, Trippier, Cancelo, Zuma, Gueye, Williams, Salah, Zaha, Martinelli, Trossard, and Darwin Haaland up top. Two free transfers, 3.3 in the bank suggestions for transfers. I think one of your defenders could go. Zuma or Gueye to an upgrade if you can, or probably just a sideways move to White. That's one of the transfers one of the moves that you can make. And Mitrovic to Marshall or Solanke. So that's the second move. Bench Almiron, Trossard, or Wilson. Out of the three, I think Wilson, because he's less likely to start. He still has the flag upon him. Almiron is nailed down. Trossard is nailed down. So just because purely because he could get reduced minutes or not start, that's the only reason not going there. But Sells and his team as well. Will Rashford start? I think he 100% starts. Mitrovic to Marshall is a popular move, and I really second that. Foden to Kulusevski. Now I wouldn't make the move again. If you have Foden, it's a no sell. But if you don't have him, it's not necessarily a buy. He's in the don't sell, don't buy situation at the moment. But still, you have 2-3 transfers. What moves should I make? You have Tony, Haaland, and Andreas. Sub Mitrovic. I think sell Mitrovic to a Marshall or a Solanke. That's one of your moves. And for the second move, you can probably stick it up. If you have funds, you can actually remove Tony. So you can do both of them. Wilson to Nunes or Bailey to Rashford? Bailey to Rashford, I think. Any Liverpool news? No, I don't think we have a lot of news. So the rumors of the news regarding City at the moment is Edison, Stones, Akanji, Ake, Cancelo, Rodri, De Bruyne, Bernardo, Mahrez, Haaland, and Foden. So that's the news at the moment. Let's see. Trying to get more news, guys. But it looks like Haaland will start. So there are two people who are saying it. We'll wait for confirmation till 4:15 or 15 minutes before the deadline over here, and then we'll make the move. Sell or keep Bowen for Kulusevski. I would sell. I would take a chance there. Sell or keep Bowen for Kulusevski. Again, Foden to Salah and Mitrovic to Marshall. Foden to Salah, Mitrovic to Marshall. I think Foden is starting, so I wouldn't take the chance. Can Mikolenko play? He can. I'm not sure with his situation at the moment. I'll have to check. I'll have to read up a bit there. But he can start. Apparently, he's not injured, so there's a chance that he starts. Just let me read. Let me find if I can get something there. He should be starting. I think there's no injury news there. Dunk or Gueye to start? Dunk, I think. Yep. If you guys haven't subscribed, do subscribe, as a lot of people saying in the chat. Gueye, Mitrovic, and Foden to Gabriel, Nunes, and Almiron for a -4. I would take the transfer. I know it's Foden down, Foden out move, but again, the transfer ends are much better. Rashford or Madison? I think at home, West Ham are very defensively compact, and they conceded goals against Zaha, which is pure individual errors. I don't think against Crystal Palace, sorry, which are pure individual errors. I don't think it will happen again. So probably a game week where you remove you pick Rashford and remove Bowen. Yeah, so Rashford instead of Madison. I don't think Leicester will attack so much, and I don't think West Ham will give them the space as well. Trippier to Trent, don't do it. Hold Trippier. There's no point removing him. Zaha or Kulusevski? If you have Zaha, hold him. If you're looking for buying someone, Kulusevski. Transfer out Guetta for a free transfer? Can do. I think there are better clean sheet odds there. If it's for a free, yes. Why don't you have Haaland? I removed him last week, so I will get him back again this game week. Start Cresswell or Castagna? Cresswell. I think Varun, that's a good move to do. Very likely that Wilson could miss out, so it's a good move. And also, if he doesn't miss out, I think Chelsea will try to keep a clean sheet in this one. Wilson to Darwin, if you can, probably go for it. Start Guetta or Ward. Wilson starts. There's no news of Wilson starting, so can't really say or comment anything. We won't get news about it. DCL replacement for a 1 week per Marshall, Tony Marshall. He's the hottest differential at the moment. Almiron or Guehi, bench one. Guehi, 100%. Bench Andreas or Alvarez. Alvarez. If there's no news, Alvarez. Can't do Darwin, no money, hence Marshall done. Yeah, I think that's a good move. Pope or Ward to start? Again, I think Ward, if you have Trippier, start Ward. If you don't have Trippier, go with Pope. I think that's a decent. If I already have Marshall, should I go for Rashford or Kulusevski? I still think Rashford. Fulham are very weak this game week. So if you can double up on the United attack, I think there's nothing wrong with it. We're looking at Dallo replacement. Shaw, I think Shaw or White directly. I'm setting my team and picking up my team. Guys, there are 4 minutes before there is a leak out. First of all, go and set your captain and vice captain as a priority, and then you figure out the transfers you want to make. Make sure you have set your captain out. If you're getting Haaland like me, set your captain on the player you're removing so that it's easier to. You don't have to switch your captaincy in case the servers crash, and it's very likely that will happen. So on a priority, do go and set your captain and vice captain. I think that's more of an urgent thing to do at this stage. Hayes to Haaland for -4, I would do it. Haaland to Nunes and Andreas to Trossard. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't remove Haaland. Is there any point taking a hit this gaming? Avoid taking a hit. So I don't think this is a proper gaming to take a hit. It's very likely that most people won't need a hit, and even you probably, if there's no major switching, won't need a hit. So I don't think it's a great gaming. If you're taking a hit, don't take it in defense, especially like me. Probably take it out for Wilson and Marshall. Take the upside move, but apart from that, I don't see any place where you need a hit. Maybe Kulusevski, but I don't really think that's an hit worthy move. Have Trippier, Pope, or Ward to start. Ward, I think you can start Ward. Keep or sell Trossard. I think keep Trossard. There's no need to sell him. Unless you're upgrading him to Kulusevski for a punt, it's fine, or Saka for a punt. But I don't see the necessity to do that. Bench Wilson or Marshall Wilson. Jesus to Darwin, I don't think so. You need to do that hold. Will Perez start? 100% he'll start. Waiting for news. I'm just refreshing my feed, waiting for news. So there's no news at the moment. Please answer Salah or Kevin De Bruyne out for Foden. I need to get Haaland in for Alvarez. Please answer. I think Kevin De Bruyne to Foden is the only sensible move in that scenario. Gordon to Rashford for a -4. I would do it. Bench Neco Williams or Alvarez. I think Neco Williams in that situation. If Alvarez doesn't play any minutes, he'll get subbed off automatically from your team. Have 9 in the bank. Who do I get for Tony? Darwin, Jesus, or Marshall? Have double Arsenal and Salah already. I still think I still think Darwin is the better option. If you have enough funds, go Kane if you can, but Darwin otherwise. Andreas to Almiron or Wilson to Nunes. I think Wilson to Nunes. I think that's a better option. About a minute to go before we have leak news. So yeah, refreshing every second. Ramsdale or Edison? Ramsdale. Best defender other than Trippier, Saliba, and Cancelo. This game week, I think Trent and Robertson, if you can go there. Is Trossard starting? 100%. I don't see why he won't start. Almiron to Rashford and Wilson to Nunes, only one of them. Uh, if you have Salah, go for Rashford. If you don't have Salah, then probably I prefer Nunes. I think Liverpool attack better than United still. It's 4:15. It's any moment we could have leaks. So keep your transfers ready, and the servers will crash again. Don't wait that hoping that the servers won't crash. What to do with Doherty? If it's for a hit, don't take a hit. I'm not very keen. So he'll probably come on for a 1 pointer, and that's fine. So even a hit will even with the hit, if you take a defender and keeps a clean sheet, it's essentially only 2 points. So I don't think 1 point really harms your team a lot. So that's why I'm not taking the hit. I'm not worried about it. 1 point is fine. I think if he starts by any chance or if he comes on and gets something, that's totally fine. But we take the 1 pointer as it is. I don't think there's a hit necessary there. Yep, my team is locked, guys. Please lock your team currently and temporarily. Saka, Zaha, or Trossard or Almiron. Pick two of them, Saka and I think Zaha this game week. There's no news at the moment. Still no news. Okay, there's some news. Wait, I'm trying to get news. There's another video that's posted. Okay, so we're trying to get news. Shout out to Varun, he called, and yeah, so Haaland and Foden both start apparently, and there's no news on Kevin De Bruyne. Alvarez most likely misses out, so Haaland and Foden do start. I'm pressing the confirm button on Alvarez to Haaland, and it's a success. It's written success, which I'm very happy about at the moment. Make your move, guys. Make your move. Haaland starts, Foden start, and we can figure out the second move later on. But make sure you post these two moves especially. Pope versus Ward, we figure out Pope versus Ward as it goes at the moment, and that's not a worry. I'll pin Varun's comment as well. Two free transfers, Foden in Salah out, Darwin in Mitrot. I think that's a decent, but Foden, I'm not very sure if Foden is worth the transfer in. If you have him, hold, but I'm not sure if he's worth the transfer in again. Who to start, Ward or Sanchez? Again, I think it is Ward who's a better start. Kevin De Bruyne, Rashford, Alvarez to Haaland. De Bruyne to Rashford or Alvarez to Haaland. I think it's a decent transfer as well. Best punt out of Firmino, Jesus, Rashford, Marshall, or others. Rashford. I think Rashford. Alvarez to Marshall for a hit. I would do it. Bailey or Dunkwich to start. Bailey, I think. Bailey, go with the attacking outlet. Best replacement for Mitrovic, have Darwin. Solanke or Marshall, I think Marshall. Dallo replacement, go for White. Go for the boring pick, guys. Does Haaland start for sure? 100%. 100% he starts. Ward or Guaita? I think Ward. Again, Ward there. Is Kevin De Bruyne starting? Most likely he will. He was rested, so I am guessing Kevin De Bruyne starts, and it's a full strength team. Aren't you changing your team? I've made my move, so I've this is probably a screenshot and I'll update it right away. I have to still make my second move, which I have to figure out what do I keep it as. My first move has been done, so that's there. My second move is up in the air. Don't know where to. Kevin De Bruyne also starts for Manchester City. There's a confirmation there. I have Kevin De Bruyne definitely starts. Best replacement for Guaita or a free transfer? Probably Ramsdale if you can afford, or go someone like if you have Ward, go there. If you can't afford someone like a Ramsdale or a bigger defensive keeper, definite clean sheet keeper, I don't think you should make the transfer. There's no need to rush it. I think it's fine with Guaita. Here's what my current team looks like. So I will show you my team. My team looks like this at the moment. I have Haaland in my team. Salah is vice captain, Haaland as captain. Any news on Alvarez? Alvarez is not starting, guys. So make sure if you have Alvarez, remove him. Rashford to Somerville and Jesus to Kane on a wild card. Uh, I would keep Rashford and Jesus to Kane. It's not like you have to get Kane, so don't rip off your team. Rashford and Jesus is a decent combination. Remove Guehi or Zuma. Guehi, I think. Remove Guehi. You playing Doherty at the moment? Yes. I have to think now. Should I go for the boring for -4 for Doherty out and bring in someone like a White or an Estopinian, or should I make the move for a Wilson to Marshall? which is also decently fine. Bernardo Silva starts. Yes, I'm expecting the lineup to be like that. 14 news, he starts. Will Konate start? I am expecting him to start as well. Wilson for Marshall. I think it's a decent move. Whom to start? Dunk or Guehi? Dunk. Will Konate start? I think he will. Wilson or Andreas? If I had to start one, Wilson. Is Firmino starting? It's more or less obvious that he starts. Marshall. We won't get Marshall news. There's no chance that we get Marshall news this game week. So we are trying to get more news. Yeah, should I take a hit? I'm considering the Wilson move. The side is still up, so that's a good pro. That's a good plus at the moment. Bench Wilson, I wouldn't. If you have him, if you don't have a better replacement, don't bench him. Almiron or Martinelli, Salah to Rashford and Wilson, plus Wilson and Alvarez to Haaland and Darwin. I would do it. I would honestly do it. Samuel or Andreas as first sub. Andreas. Don't keep Samuel as your first sub. Parth, I've answered your question. I think it's a good move and good transfer to make. Haaland and Darwin in, Salah to Rashford and Haaland Darwin in. That's a good move. Jesus or Kevin De Bruyne as vice captain. I think Kevin De Bruyne. We have confirmation he starts, so there's nothing to worry about. Got Darwin, Marshall, Bueno, and Wilson, Doherty and Mitrovic for a -4. I think it's a decent transfer. Ward or Sanchez? I think Ward. I've made my moves, Varun. This is the updated screenshot that you can see on the screen. I have made my moves. I'm not gonna wait. Rashford or Zaha? I think Rashford. Does Trippier to Perisic for a -4 make sense for this week? I don't think it makes any sense. Don't sell Trippier. You lose a lot of value, and I think it's unnecessary. I'm just checking how Chelsea have played in the last few games. Do I think they concede against Newcastle or not? That's the only question I have. Anyways, going ahead, Wilson or Marshall? I think Marshall if you can. Trossard to Zaha? I wouldn't do that necessarily. Andreas and Mitrovic to Rashford and 4.9 worth it, or should I get Marshall and Bailey? Marshall and Bailey look like a better combination. What is the best 4.2 million maximum defender? Please let me know. 4.2 million at that price, Neko Williams is decent. There isn't the best defender. I think Guehi is also 4.3, so Williams is the only guy you can go for. Saka or Foden? Saka 100%. Solanke, Marshall, Skamaka. I think I'll be biased towards Marshall and then Solanke and then Skamaka. Skamaka could again be a minute issue. Garnacho, good punt. He's a decent punt. Marshall not on the bus rumors, so I think I'll not take the chance. I'll actually ask someone who might have Marshall news. Rashford or Zaha or Marshall? I think Rashford most nailed. Definitely go there. Guetta or Pope? Pope. I think start Pope. I'm not. You can start Guetta, but again, Nottingham Forest has shown signs that they can attack. So not sure there. Do you think Elliot or Carvalho will start for Pool? Carvalho can again start, but I wouldn't take a chance and punt over there. Wouldn't recommend it. It's a very big shot in the dark. Saka or Martinelli? Saka. 100% Saka. There's no doubt there. Do the Marshall move worth it? I'm asking someone who might have who's a United fan and might have some news about Marshall. So according to you, Marshall does start. Okay, cool. Okay. So according to this fan or whatever base I have in general who has United news, thinks that Marshall does start. The rumors are probably fake. There's no guarantee of the rumors. And if you want to take a Marshall punt, you can probably go there. Edward news. There's no Edward news. 5 minutes left, guys. Gross or Bailey? I would go Gross actually. Garnacho or Bailey? Bailey. I know that he'll start for sure. Kevin De Bruyne to Foden and Wilson to Darwin. I would do it. I actually not hold Wilson. I don't think Darwin matches up Kevin De Bruyne's potential there. Nunes for a -4. I wouldn't do it necessarily unless it's a transfer out for a Mitrovic. I would do, otherwise not. Play Doherty or Guehi. Guehi is guaranteed 2 points and guaranteed minutes. Doherty, we don't know. Guehi or Wilson, Wilson or Martinelli, whom to start? Martinelli. What do you think? Let me know in the chat, guys. Do I take the hit for Marshall for a -4, take the chance, or do I not go there and stick with Wilson? Done. Everyone's saying stick with Wilson. So okay, let's stick with Wilson. A lot of people typing that. And yes, sir, Eze and Eze. If you can get Eze, yes, I think Eze is a good one. Not taking a hit. I don't think it's a hit-worthy move. Wilson can obviously get on pens, and I'm not taking the hit. I'm not taking the hit even for Doherty. So if I'm not going, then that's not worth it. Bailey for Andreas or White for Gohi. White for Gohi, I think. Um, Bench order Andreas Gohi Neko. I think that's a perfect bench order. Bro Andreas or Eze. I think Eze is better. Sell Almiron. No, I don't think you should. I know Marshall is worth it, but if he was a free, I would do it for sure. For a hit, I don't know. Kevin De Bruyne starts as well. Pranav Kotia. So if you want that, Kevin De Bruyne definitely starts. De Bruyne to Salah worth it? I don't think so. That's worth it unless you want to captain Salah. So I don't. I'm not very sure. Henderson or Ward? Start Ward. I think Leicester have defensively shown solidarity. So apparently, what I have news in terms of Marshall is the if the rumors are false, obviously the rumors, and he's traveled, there's no chance that he's not starting. So if Marshall is on the bus by any chance, by any means, he will definitely start, guys. That's what the resources. Obviously, the game is tomorrow. It's very unlikely that he's not on the bus or anything. He could travel on his own as well. So we don't know if that's true or not. Whom should I bench? Martinelli, Zaha, Rashford, or Trossard? If I had to bench one of the four, I would look at Trossard only because they play Villa, who are defensively decent side. Gueye or Mitrovic out for White and Marshall, do it, I think. Saka or Martinelli, Saka because he's on pens. Jesus to Marshall, I wouldn't do it. I think Wolves are a decently bad team to attack. Gueye or Zuma, keep Gueye, take a chance if he does anything. Zuma is actually he plays Zuma. I just realized they play Leicester, and Leicester are defensively in terms of headed attempts still one of the weakest teams. So Zuma still has a decent shot in terms of scoring goals through headers. Karsh, sorry, I've missed your chat as well. There's 1 minute left. You have your team. I use wildcard for the team. Anything else to do? If you can somehow get Kane, you have Perisic, I can see, but Kane would have been better. But anyways, the team looks fine. Saka, Jesus, Haaland, you have a sub as well. I think it's a fine team. To be honest, there's nothing more you can do. Zaha to Saka for a hit. I wouldn't take a hit. Play Doherty or Dunk. Andreas or Almiron or Zaka, Almiron. Zaka actually. In fact, Zaka. Not neither of Almiron or Andreas. Guys, 30 seconds left. Please reply. Dunk or Doherty? Dunk. Martinelli, Saka against Saka. Adib, play Xhaka. Play Castagne or Neco Williams. Castagne. Bench Zuma or Trippier? Bench Zuma, I think. Don't bench Trippier. He's too much of a involvement in FPL. Bench Alvarez, Doherty, Andreas. Bench Alvarez. Who do bench? Saka, Martinelli, Jesus, Andreas? Andreas, there's no doubt. Keep Dunk and Killman or replace? Keep, I think. There's no need to replace. There's 10 seconds left, and it is deadline, guys. It is deadline, and that is it. And we had no server crash apparently this time. That's really good. Cool, and I think that is about it. Shaw or Anderson? I think Shaw if I had to. Will Greenwood start? Can't say if he starts or not. World Cup prediction. We'll be doing World Cup content come in the upcoming week after Wednesday. I think we'll be taking a 2-day break and then we'll post World Cup content. So stay on for that as well. But eventually we'll be doing more live streams and possibly even watch alongs or FIFA streams coming up in the World Cup because we have a lot of time. Anyways, for this deadline, that is it. I did not take a hit, even though I was very tempted with Marshall and taking a hit for Doherty as well. Yes, there is a World Cup fantasy. We'll post the link for the league as well on Instagram. So in case you're not following us there, do follow us there on FPLTIPS__. And also, before you leave the live stream, please hit the like button. Really helps us and motivates us to come over here and do the live stream every week. About 150 people watching, so make sure that at least goes to 50 or 80 likes. And for the subscribe button as well. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit the bell icon as well. On that note, which World Cup prediction? I think hopefully Argentina wins it. Apart from that, I don't want to jinx anything. We'll wrap it up, guys. Thank you guys for joining. This is FPL Tips signing off. Cheers.